Hello student, welcome to Anu's classes. Today in my video, I am going to discuss about the previous year's biology question paper of class 11 board exam. So this is the paper of 2016 and in this video, I am going to discuss about the first part of the paper, that is the botany section of the paper. In my next video, I am going to discuss about the zoology section of the same paper. So now come to the first question. The first question is the defined species, and this question is carrying 1 mark. This question is from the chapter the living world, means the first chapter, and page number 9. So what is species? Species means a group of organisms that consist similar individuals capable of interbreeding among themselves and reproduce fertile offspring. It is a fundamental taxonomic unit, and examples are given: domestic cat, sand cat, black-footed cat, etc. It means what? Species means it is a group of organisms which are similar, which are identical to each other. They can reproduce with one another, and finally they produce their fertile offspring. And this is the basic or first step of taxonomy. Taxonomy means what? The classification of organism. And in this process, the first fundamental step is species. And give example: domestic cat is one species, sand cat is another species, black-footed cat is another species, so etc. These are the example of species. And sometimes if definition come, you have to write like this, and sometimes question may come as fill in the blanks also. Suppose like that, what is the fundamental unit of taxonomy dash, then you have to fill in the blanks with the word species. Now come to the second question, that is why apple is called false fruit. And this question is from the plant classification chapter. In the in the angiosperm, in the double fertilization part, this question is, this sentence is there. So true fruits means what? We know that during the time of double fertilizations from the ovary is developed into fruit. But in case of apple, the fruit is developed not from ovary, it is from thalamus. That's why, since it is developed from other part of the ovary, another vegetative part, that's why apple is called false fruit. It means the fruit which developed from not from ovary, from other vegetative part, that type of fruit is called false fruit. Now come to the question number 3. What is Krantz anatomy? And this question is given from the photosynthesis of higher plant, chapter number 13. And in page number 218, this term, Krantz anatomy term, is there in your NCERT book. So what is Krantz anatomy? Krantz anatomy is a special type of anatomy, arrangement of cell within the leaf. In this type of arrangement, in the center, the bundle seed cells are arranged with most of the chloroplast, and they are surrounded by layer of mesophyll cell, which has less number of chloroplast. And this type of arrangement of cell, bundle seed cell and mesophyll cells are found only on a special type of plants, that is C4 plants. Means this type of plants grow in desert or dry condition. So if question come in which type of plant the Krantz anatomy is seen, then you have to write it is C4 plant. And so, and due to the such special arrangement, the structure of leaf of these plants become different than the normal plant. So come to the definition. If question comes, what definition you have? If 1 mark come, you just write the definition. But if 2 marks come, this question is carrying 2 marks. Marks is not shown here, but 2 marks. And 2 marks is that, then you first draw, you have to write the definition, then you have to draw one diagram. Out of these 2 diagrams, you can write any one diagram. This diagram is from your NCERT book, and this diagram is the easy version of this diagram. So you can draw any one. So come to the definition: to distinct concentric layer of chlorenchyma cell. Chlorenchyma cell means the parenchyma cell which bear the chloroplast, formed by a bundle seed containing most of the chloroplast, surrounded by an outer layer consisting of a smaller number of mesophyll cells. So this is the definition, and this is the diagram of the Krantz anatomy. Now students, come to the fourth question, that is write the importance of herbaria. 2 marks is carrying. So this question is given from the first chapter, that is the living world, and is the page number is 12. So it is the document of world flora, and provide a constant and permanent record of botanical diversity. So diagram also shown here, but in the exam, no need to draw the diagram. Just I am showing the diagram so that you can easily understand. So in simple sentence, you can say like that: herbarium is a storehouse of collected plant specimen, means that are dried, pressed and preserved on the seed. Means first the plant is collected with its means sex part, that is with its flower, and then it is first pressed, preserved and dried, and then it is means spray with in any spray so that no fungus can grow there. Then it is placed on a special type of sheet which is known as herbarium sheet, and in below about all information about this plant, location of the plant, from where it is collected, the date of collection and the classification of plant were written here. So and these seeds are preserved so that in later years also every data can anyone can get the data from this seed. So in a simple sentence, you can say that it is the storehouse of collected plant specimen that are dried, pressed and preserved on seed. Next, come to the question number 5, that is draw and label the prothallus of fern. And this question is given from this plant kingdom, and this question is given from the pteridophyte section. So this is the prothallus of fern. This diagram is from your NCERT book, and this is the easy version of the diagram also I am giving here, so that you can draw any diagram. And there's if only 2 marks come, you just properly draw the diagram and label the diagram. No need to write anything. So the diagram of it is a heart-shaped structure. In the upper here, look, this entry here, the archegonia are present, and in the lower portion, the antheridia are present. Then below, the root-like structure are called rhizoids, which will work as a root, and this portion is called apical groove. So this is the diagram of prothallus of fern. Now come to the next question, that is differentiate between parasite and epiphytic plants with example. This is carrying 2 marks. So for 2 marks, I am showing you the difference. So epiphytic means what? An organism or plant that grow on the surface of a plant and derive its moisture and nutrients from the air, rain, and the form of debris accumulated around it. Means epiphytic means this type of plant grow only on another plant, but they get their nutrients from the moisture and the air. Means they just take the support from the host plant. Whereas in parasite, the organism that live on or in another organism and the host causing it some harm, and it adapted structurally to the life. It means parasite not only grow on the host, they means harm the plant also. Second, live on the surface of a plant. Epiphytic plant live only on the surface of the plant, whereas parasitic plant live either on or inside the body of the host. And in epiphytic plant, they're not dependent for their food on the host, whereas parasitic is completely dependent on their host for their food. And so epiphytic is not harmful for their host plant, whereas parasite harm the plant also. So next, go for some example is given here. For example, many ferns, orchids, etc. Here example, any 3 example I am giving here. You can write 1 example, 1 will be sufficient. And diagram also shown here. Suppose this is cuscuta, this is the example of parasite, whereas this is one epiphytic. Moss, fern, orchid are the epiphytic. So in exam copy, no need to draw the diagram, just write the definitions and write the examples. Now come for the next question, that is write the function of stomata. And this question is given, stomata, look. So stomata is where stomata is present. Stomata is present on the lower surface of the leaf. And with the help of this minute pore-like structure, the transpiration process takes place. And in this structure, this pore is means surrounded by 2 kidney-shaped cells, which are known as guard cell. And this is the structure of the opening stomata, and this is the structure of the closed stomata. So these 2 are the diagram. If 2 marks question come with the function, you have to draw the diagram also. So stomata rule and functions. To control the entry and exit of the gas into and outer leaf, guard cells open and close to control this. Stomata respond to outside conditions, and when conditions are right for photosynthesis, stomata open wide for gas exchange. When it is too dry or dark, stomata close up, and closed stomata prevent the water loss in plant. So if 2 marks question, you write 3 or 4 points, and then with this you draw the diagram. Next, go for the next question. Explain the specific role of cytokinin in plant growth and development. So this question is from plant hormone chapter. So in plant means plant growth and development chapter, and means chapter number 15. And there are lots of plant hormones are there. Out of this, the question is come from the cytokinin. So these are the function of cytokinin. So look, if 2 marks is come, then here I am showing you 6-7 points, but if 2 marks come, you just write 4 points. And sometimes 3 or 4 marks also can come from this question. That's why I'm giving you all the functions. But if 2 mark comes, you just write 4 points. 4 points will be sufficient. So stimulate cell division, stimulate morphogenesis. Morphogenesis means growth, cell growth. In tissue culture, stimulate the growth of lateral bud, release the apical dominance, stimulate the cotyledon or leaf expansion resulting from the cell enlargement, enhance the stomatal opening in some species, and promotes the conversion and etioplasm into the chloroplast via stimulating the chlorophyll. And these are the key point. Key point, you know it to write. I'm just showing you. See, if 1 mark question comes, sometime write the main function of cytokinin. Then you just remember cytokinin means more mitosis. Mitosis means more cell division, means number of cell increase, and as a result, what happens? Plant growth. It means presence of cytokinin indicate the growth of the plant. Now come for the next question, question number 9. Write the structure and function of Golgi complex with diagram. This question is carrying 3 marks. So this question is from cell unit, basic unit of life, that chapter. So this is the structure of Golgi complex. First look the structure. So now it is the central stack of pile of parallel, flattened, intercommunicating sac or cisternae band, may peripheral tubules and vesicle. And their function, what are their functions? Their functions are, first function is secretion. Then second function is glycosidation of lipid. Glycosidation means addition of oligosaccharides, means carbohydrate to production of lipid. And glycosylation means protein, means addition of carbohydrate to production of protein. It means it helps in the production of glycolipid, and at the same time it helps in the production of protein. So these two are the main function of the Golgi complex. And here I am showing you 3 functions. If and this question is carrying 3 marks. 1 marks for structure, and 1 marks for diagram, 1 marks for the function. So if 1 marks come for the function, you just write any 2 function, that will be sufficient. If 2 marks come, then you have to write all these 4 functions. Next question, question number 10. Name the different type of RNA, mention their function. 1 plus 2. So 1 mark is for the name and 2 marks is for the function. So there, you know, the 3 types of RNA are there. Full form of RNA is ribonucleic acid. RNA is of 3 types. First one is messenger RNA. So messenger RNA means mRNA, and it conveys the information from DNA to the ribosome. M means messenger, that's why it's carried a message. Next one is ribosomal RNA. In short form, it is known as rRNA, the central component of ribosome. Sorry, here is spelling mistake. This should be ribosome. So a central component means what? In inactive state, ribosomes are present in 2 subunits, 1 big subunit and 1 smaller subunit. And during the time of protein synthesis, this, with the help of this ribosomal RNA, the ribosomal subunit will be joined into an active single unit. Third type is called transfer RNA or tRNA, T for transfer. This carry the amino acid during the time of protein synthesis. About protein synthesis, you are going to study in the class 12. Now come for the next question, question number 11, that is explain the role of micronutrients found in plants. This chapter is from the mineral nutrition. That is chapter number 12. So in plant, you know that 2 types of nutrients are present. Some are called micronutrients, some are called macronutrients. And macro means the nutrients which are required in large amount, micro means in smaller amount. So a chemical elements, this spelling is wrong, spelling should be elements, is essential in a relatively large amount to the growth and health of a living organism is called macronutrients. And what are the macronutrients? Hydrogen, carbon, oxygen, nitrogen, phosphorus, calcium, potassium, sulfur, calcium, magnesium. Out of these, the most important ones are nitrogen, phosphorus, and calcium. So if question come like that, you just first write the name of the macronutrients, then and for explanation you just go for this main three, that is nitrogen, phosphorus, and potassium. So first is the physiological role of nitrogen is given there, and next the role of phosphorus is given there, and then role of potassium is given there. Next, go for the next question, that is question number 12, that is flower is a modified shoot, and justify the statement. So a flower is a modified shoot means what? Stem bearing leaves. The stem which bear leaf is called shoot, and the flower is considered as a modified shoot. In a typical flower, the stem portion is condensed. Condensed means they become compact to form a compact receptacle called thalamus. Means the stem first compact and they form a bulb-like structure which is known as thalamus, and the thalamus bear the different holes of the green leaves, and the green, some become green and they are known as sepals, and colored leaves transferred into the petals, and some leaves converted into the male appendices, that is the stamens, and some converted to female appendices, they are known as means gynoecium or ovaries. And that due to this reason, the flower is considered as a modified shoot. Next question, question number 13. What is accent of sap, and describe the transpiration pool and cohesion water theory? And this question is from transport it plan, and this question is very important for this time also, and this question carrying 1 marks plus 4 marks. So 1 marks for the definition and 4 marks for the this theory, explanation of the theory. So for the definition, the upward transport of water along with the dissolved mineral from root to the aerial part of the plant is called ascent of sap. It means from root, from the tip of the plant, the water flow in upward direction, means against the gravitational force, and this upward movement of water in a column-like structure is known as ascent of sap. And this theory was first proposed by Dixon and Joly in 1894. Now come to the theory. So the mutual attraction between water molecule is called cohesion. It means during the water molecule, each water molecule, there is a attraction between them, and due to that reason they can move upward, and that is called cohesion. Then the wall of tracheids and vessels of xylem, we know that the water flow with the help of the xylem vessel, means xylem cell, and whereas the mineral nutrition flow with the help of phloem. So the tracheids and vessels, which are the two components of xylem, and the wall of these tracheids and vessels, and between the water molecule there are some attraction, and they are known as adhesion. And due to these two attractive force, the water flow from root to the tip of the plant. So the moist wall of mesophyll cell in leaves lost water vapor through the stomata and cuticular transpiration. Then sufficient amount of water is transpired through the intercellular space of mesophyll cell, and as the dry air out, the leaf has lower water potential and then the moist air of the leaf. As a result, while water diffuse out of the stomata and the diffusion pressure deficit increase. As a result, water is sucked from the adjoining mesophyll cells and ultimately from the vascular tissue. This tension is transmitted to root, and the molecule of the water show cohesion and molecule of water and vessels show the adhesion. Due to these two adhesive and cohesive force, water column does not break and is pulled upward by the force called the transpiration pull. So now come to the diagram. Look the diagram. So with the help of this stomata, these are the stomata. With the help of this stomata, the water during the process of transpiration go outside, and as a result, in these mesophyll cells, the amount of water become low, means water deficiency will be there. As a result, it will take the water from the adjoining cell, and then when it take the water from this cell, water deficiency will be created here. Then due to this deficiency force, it will attract the water from this xylem tissue, and then this xylem tissue attract the force from this next xylem tissue. So, and like this tension is created and to the root, and as the result of this tension, the water is sucked as a column, and it from the root it is reach the tip of the leaf or tip of the plant. So this is the theory, and this transpiration pool theory is very important. Now, last question is write the tricarboxylic acid cycle of plant respiration. This is very, very important question, and this is given from the respiration chapter. And for the answer, you go to my last video, or card will be come there. Thank you.